Welcome back to another episode of English with Tuna. Today, we are diving into a powerful topic that can completely transform your social life and boost your confidence: how to talk to anyone. Whether you are a shy person who struggles with starting conversations or someone who wants to improve their communication skills in English, this episode is for you. Let's start by acknowledging a simple truth. Talking to anyone, especially strangers, can feel intimidating. The fear of rejection, embarrassment, or awkward silence often holds us back. But here's the good news. Communication is a skill that can be learned and improved with practice, just like any other skill. Today, I'll guide you through practical steps and techniques to become a confident conversationalist in English. First, let's address mindset. The way you think about conversations shapes how you approach them. Many people enter a conversation with the pressure of having to say something impressive or smart. This pressure creates anxiety. Instead, shift your mindset to curiosity. Think of every conversation as an opportunity to learn something new about the other person. When you're genuinely curious, your focus shifts from worrying about yourself to being interested in the other person. This simple shift reduces anxiety and makes conversations flow more naturally. Next, let's talk about preparation. While you can't predict every conversation, you can prepare certain topics that are universally relatable. For example, you can always ask about someone's work, hobbies, recent movies or shows they've watched, travel experiences, or even food preferences. Having a few go-to topics in your mind can serve as conversation starters. Now, let's discuss the art of small talk. Small talk might seem superficial, but it serves a crucial function. It helps break the ice and build rapport. When starting a conversation, begin with simple observations or compliments. For example, if you are at a conference, you might say, "This venue is really nice, isn't it?" Or, "I really enjoyed the last speaker's presentation." These openers are non-threatening and invite the other person to respond. Another key technique is to use open-ended questions. These are questions that cannot be answered with a simple yes or no. For instance, instead of asking, "Did you enjoy the conference?" you can ask, "What was your favorite part of the conference?" Open-ended questions encourage the other person to share more, which keeps the conversation going. Active listening is another vital skill. Many people think they are listening when they are actually just waiting for their turn to speak. True active listening means fully focusing on what the other person is saying, showing genuine interest, and responding thoughtfully. Use verbal cues like, "That's interesting," "Tell me more about that," or "How did that make you feel?" These signals show that you value their input. Body language also plays a significant role in effective communication. Maintain eye contact, smile genuinely, nod occasionally to show you are engaged, and keep an open posture. Avoid crossing your arms or looking around the room, as these can signal disinterest or discomfort. Let's move on to dealing with awkward silences. Almost every conversation has moments where the dialogue slows down. Don't panic. Silence is natural. You can simply acknowledge it with a light comment like, "I was just thinking about what you said," or smoothly transition to another topic by saying, "By the way, I've been meaning to ask you." These small phrases can help bridge gaps and keep the conversation flowing. Humor is another powerful tool when used appropriately. A light joke or a funny observation can ease tension and create a friendly atmosphere. However, be mindful of cultural differences and avoid humor that could be offensive or misunderstood. Let's now talk about storytelling. People love stories. Sharing a brief personal story or anecdote makes you more relatable and engaging. When you tell a story, make sure it has a clear beginning, middle, and end. Keep it concise and relevant to the conversation. For example, if you're talking about travel, you might share a funny incident that happened during one of your trips. Equally important is showing empathy. If someone shares something personal or emotional, respond with understanding and kindness. Phrases like, "That must have been difficult for you," or "I can imagine how you felt," show that you care and build deeper connections. Now, let's address cultural sensitivity, especially since you are practicing English to communicate with people from diverse backgrounds. Be respectful of different cultures, traditions, and viewpoints. Avoid controversial topics unless you know the person well. If a sensitive topic arises, listen respectfully and steer the conversation to neutral ground. One common fear is not knowing enough vocabulary or making grammar mistakes. Remember, fluency is not about perfection, it's about communication. Focus on expressing your ideas clearly, even if your grammar isn't perfect. Native speakers are usually understanding and appreciative of your effort to speak their language. Don't let fear of mistakes stop you from engaging. Let's explore the importance of compliments. Genuine compliments are great icebreakers. Notice something you truly admire about the person and mention it. For example, "I like your presentation style. It's really engaging." Or, "You have a great sense of humor." Make sure your compliments are sincere and specific. Mirroring is another subtle yet effective technique. This means subtly matching the other person's body language, tone, or pace of speech. It creates a sense of harmony and rapport. However, be natural and avoid exaggeration, as obvious mirroring can seem insincere. As we move forward, let's talk about exiting a conversation gracefully. Sometimes you need to end a conversation without seeming rude. Use polite closing statements like, "It was great talking to you. I should let you get back to your work." Or, "I really enjoyed our conversation. Let's catch up again soon." Ending on a positive note leaves a good impression. Practice makes perfect. The more you engage in conversations, the more comfortable you'll become. Don't be discouraged by occasional awkward moments. They happen to everyone. Each interaction is a learning experience. Role-playing can be a helpful practice method. Find a language partner or join a conversation group where you can simulate different scenarios. Practice greetings, small talk, asking questions, sharing stories, and even handling disagreements. The more you practice, the more natural it will feel. Let's also talk about the power of names. Using someone's name during a conversation creates a personal connection. Make an effort to remember names and use them appropriately. If you forget someone's name, it's okay to politely ask again. Confidence grows with experience. To boost your confidence, prepare mentally before social events. Remind yourself of your strengths and positive qualities. Visualize successful conversations. Positive self-talk can reduce anxiety and set a confident tone. Sometimes you may encounter people who are difficult to talk to. They may give short answers or seem disinterested. Don't take it personally. Some people are naturally reserved or may be having a bad day. Do your best to be friendly and respectful, and if the conversation doesn't flow, it's okay to move on. Reading social cues is an important skill. Pay attention to the other person's reactions. If they seem distracted, uninterested, or uncomfortable, it may be a sign to wrap up the conversation or change the topic. Conversely, if they are engaged and responsive, continue building on the conversation. Let's not forget about online conversations, which are increasingly common. Many of the same principles apply. Be polite, show interest, ask open-ended questions, and use proper grammar and spelling. In text-based communication, emojis can help convey tone, but use them sparingly in professional settings. Finally, let's discuss the importance of being authentic. Don't try to be someone you're not. People appreciate sincerity. Share your true thoughts and experiences. Authenticity builds trust and makes your conversations more meaningful. To summarize, here are the key points to remember when talking to anyone. 1. Adopt a curious mindset. 2. Prepare general topics in advance. 3. Use open-ended questions. 4. Practice active listening. 5. Be mindful of body language. 6. Handle silences gracefully. 7. Use appropriate humor. 8. Share relevant personal stories. 9. Show empathy and understanding. 10. Be culturally sensitive. 11. Focus on clear communication, not perfection. 12. Give sincere compliments. 13. Use subtle mirroring. 14. Exit conversations politely. 15. Practice regularly through role-play. 16. Remember and use people's names. 17. Build confidence through preparation. 18. Don't take short responses personally. 19. Read social cues carefully. 20. Be authentic and sincere. Thank you for joining me today on English with Tuna. I hope these tips help you become a more confident and effective communicator in English. Remember, every conversation is an opportunity to learn, connect, and grow. Keep practicing, stay curious, and don't be afraid to talk to anyone. Until next time, keep speaking, keep learning, and stay confident.